Some minority shareholders of Ardova PLC have expressed worry over the company's intention to delist from the Nigerian Exchange Limited. According to them, domestic retail investors always suffer significant losses whenever companies were delisted. They therefore noted that the need for the NGX to provide more information on how investors can be protected. Now, the downstream oil and gas company Ardova PLC announced on Tuesday that it intends to delist as a publicly listed company, sending waves of concern amongst stakeholders. Wow. So the question is, what's the latest or the hope of the minority shareholders? So, Ambrose, where do you start from?
Yes, actually,
what's the latest
in the market? We're meant to know that the regulators are to protect the minority investor anytime, any day. But in Nigeria case, we are seeing the reverse. Here, the majority investor come and dump on the minority and say, if either you take it or you leave it. It is the time for us to know now whether we have a regulator or not. The self-regulator, which is NSC, and the SEC, the overall regulator of the market. Why I say so is that, the same SEC, the one that gave approval whether to delist, not to delist, whether to acquire or not to acquire, they must have SEC approval.
Right.
When the same Ardova came to the market and the major shareholder of this company, the Femi Todola, if I'm correct.
Femi Todola.
If I'm correct. Yeah. He sold to these people around the 65 naira per share, his own holding. I don't know whether it's 50% or 20% of the board. Right. I know that he negotiated and sold to them at that price, and it was approved by the regulators of the market then.
I think it was 66 naira. That was in
65. Okay,
66 naira. That was in 2019.
Yeah. No, at 16 naira, it was approved by the same regulator. The business transaction went well. And for these people that came in to fulfill all righteousness, in the market, I will call a mandatory tender offer or mandatory takeover. These are two things. But doing mandatory takeover, I mean, you want to buy out all the shareholders. If you are negotiating with the major shareholder in that company, and also they want to carry the mandatory shareholder, if they agree the price we will negotiate with them, they go with you. But in this case, they bought from only the major shareholder, and for them to do what we call this, to make sure that they affected other shareholders in the company, they came out again with what we call it. They want to buy 500,000 units at the same price of, as you mentioned, I thought it's 66 naira. They bought from other minority shareholders.
Right.
They added it to them. And unfortunately, that since they did this, we have not seen impressive number to support, even pay out to reward shareholders of this company. Even people that came in, they've not seen a good number. Either you see a good number today, and before the end of the year, it will turn negative. Investors have been having hope, having faith that as we are seeing improvement in the oil sector, this will start rubbing on what? On Ardova. But it was a blow to investors when they heard that, yes, that this same company want to delist and also want to buy out the minority that's remaining at 17 naira, 17.36 kobo or 17.58 kobo, around that price, because I know that is the figure, that's 17.36 or 17.58 to buy out.
It's 17 naira 38 kobo.
Good. You can see that at this point now, what you bought earlier at what? At 66 naira.
More than 50. Let's say more than 50.
No, at 65. Then you are not coming back. Now that you want to delete. No, I think we're waiting to see what the
because that's the grievances of the minority.
No, that's why we're waiting. Like people have been calling me. I tell them, let's wait and see what SEC will approve. This is what they tender. I think they will take their own for the regulators to approve, and also for the shareholders also to present their own side of this. Because if I've waited all this one, some of them enter this stock at as high as whether that same 50 naira. When the deal was still there, even some bought as high as 200 naira. Before they started coming down. Why are we not going to now? I tell them to do and sell at
because
17 naira 35. For me, because investors should decide patient. But for smart ones that are selling, that's why price going down. It's also for them not to, because they don't know the date and also the listing process. But I think SEC should come in now to protect the minority shareholders and also
because Ignite Investment and Commodities Limited. That is the parent company of Ardova. Now, they said, for instance, they said that the Ignite Investment and Commodities Limited owns 74%, all right, of the Ardova PLC, and is the majority shareholder. So if you are buying this off, that means that you're totally going to just wipe out the existing shareholders out from owning anything in that market as well.
No.
But again, the question is, how is this supposed to go, really? Because they are saying that they are taking over the whole, more like you are buying the whole existing shares from these people. But I do not know how it works, but I need it, maybe it can explain to us, how is it done in order to encourage fairness in the market and fairness with, of course, investors, to also to boost the confidence of investors in the market as well, especially with regards to the shares of, because since the announcement, the stock has plunged by 4.25% in the week.
It's expected, but like you just said, so it is not that we know if the regulators are to protect the market share or they are just there to see and just sign. Because it actually want to go, the same company that people have waited and you have a 74% holding in that company, you are now coming to say they want to delist. But ideally, there's what we call, exchange book, like a law book, and I say that your price if you want to delist should be within 6 months. What is the highest? And yes, I know that it has not gotten above 20 naira in the last 6 months. It's possible. That's why I say this time now it's not only that using the law book or what they go to guide them. I think that is why the regulator has to come in, the SEC and his team to come and advise. But for shareholders in this company, these are the things that when you see where institutional investor or individual has about 80%, 70% of a company, they can look up one day and tell you they're going to delist. He said that, but the good thing is that it is not compulsory that everybody must go with it. If you're going to move to them, whether you're going to OTC or remain private but still PLC, fine. But what is what they have seen in the market? We have not seen performance. These are only companies that acquire, expanded, but the acquisition they don't have not reflected on their numbers, on their activities. But others that have done that acquisition in the industry, we have seen it impacting their numbers, their performance. But for this Ardova, and this is the one another way to tell investors that after waiting, like this period that was seeing a change in the in the industry, especially to now, we are not saying that you want to delist. Yes, someone say, okay, we might go with you. But if they are behaving like this when they are quoted, how would they behave when they are not quoted? For me, as I said, investors should always wait all these things to know exactly what to do.